Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction. RWBY Volume 5 Chapter 1 is here, guys. Thank God, I really missed the show and I'm glad it's back. I really enjoyed Volume 4 in the sense of that it was a big switch up from the first 3 volumes of the show, in the sense of that the main core team, Team RWBY obviously, was separated for the majority of it. Like, there was a lot of characters, like not even Team RWBY, but just other characters that had no interaction at all in Volume 4. And I think it was interesting to kind of switch it up there. It kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones in the sense of that you're constantly jumping around each episode, in this case chapter, like you're just jumping around, and if you're not really paying attention, you'll kind of miss major things, and you have to keep up because there's no telling where it's going to go next in the chapter. You might be on Weiss's story, and all of a sudden, boom, you're over at Yang, or you might go to RWBY. I mean, you just don't know. You got to really pay attention, so I really like that, and I like the fact that Volume 4 ended nicely, but also gave us a lot of teases for what may happen in Volume 5, who knows. But I'm excited to see what they're going to do here. RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 1, Welcome to Haven. And I know also they've released the intro for Volume 5 online on YouTube. I haven't seen that, so my reaction to that for the first time will be in this chapter. So without further ado, guys, let's get into now. RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 1. Let's get into it and see what they show us, guys. Let's go.
The city of Mistral.
It's about time. Whose idea was it to walk again?
Well, we did face many obstacles. Broken airships, destroyed settlements.
Oh, and, you know, all those people and monsters that tried to murder us.
We were fine. Only one of us almost died.
Hey.
Hey.
So how much farther to Haven Academy?
Almost there. But I figured I'd take you kids on the scenic route.
It looks a little bit better than Volume 4. I felt like from Volume 3 to Volume 4, it was a huge shift. Like, the show looked a lot better in Volume 4 compared to the previous volumes. It looks a little bit better here. Ooh. I think I saw a picture of this on Twitter or something.
That's certainly something.
Oh my gosh, look at all the weapons!
Reminds me of Pokemon.
Here will sell you just about anything.
Animation as a kid where everyone's just like there and they're just like...
They really made the most out of these mountains.
Every inch. And stay away from the lower levels. But the higher up you go, the nicer it gets.
And we are going up! So, how much farther?
We're in the home stretch now. No more stops from here to Mistral. Sorry for the long trip. Keeping us off the radar's been harder than I thought. Lots of air traffic around northern Anima.
It's fine. I just hope I haven't been a burden.
Never.
You and your money are more than welcome on this ship, kid.
At least he's honest. No, it's not good.
Is everything okay?
No.
I don't know. Still over Lake Monsu. Shouldn't be picking up broadcasts this far from Mistral. Someone must be close.
Mayday! Mayday! We're a small passenger flight and our Huntress is down! We aren't equipped to deal with this!
Oh, man.
The Grim hit us 400 clicks north of the southern shoreline.
Oh, shit.
Get off us! If anyone can hear this...
What the hell?
We're going to help them, right?
What? No. I'm trying to avoid them.
But they'll die.
Should help.
Look, if we picked up their transmission, I'm sure someone else did too. Besides, this is a cargo ship. She's not much good in a fight. I just want to finish this job and get home. Sorry, kid. My ship, my rules.
She could help, but... I don't know. She might regret that. Like, we probably should have helped. Weiss is growing on me. When you first met her in Volume 1, I'm like, I don't like you. I really like her now. Yeah, it's gotten a lot better than Volume 4. Just the look of it. If they continue to progress and make each volume better than the last in terms of looks, I can't wait to see what the show's gonna look like in Volume 6, 7, 8. Get my point. What was that all about?
Hello?
Maybe he's confused there's no one there.
Hello?
Maybe try louder?
There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
No?
Well, I guess school isn't really in session right now. Maybe that's it.
No, this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Exactly. That look earlier, there was something going on. Oh, shit.
Get ready.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. About the fight go down? Oh. Oh, shit. Damn.
Professor Lionheart?
Crow! For crying out loud, nearly scared me half to death!
Me? Why weren't you waiting for us at the entrance?
Oh, right. Apologies. I guess time slipped away from me.
Mm-hmm.
You're joking.
Where is everybody?
Ah, you must be the students
Sure.
Crow mentioned.
Yes, sir. Ruby Rose.
Jean Arc.
Nora Valkyrie.
Lyren.
Mm-hmm.
A pleasure to meet you all. Leonardo Lionheart at your service. I'm afraid most of my staff is currently away until classes resume, but...
What? Leo, you can't be serious. Who's guarding the relic?
Crow, the children!
Already
Relic?
know. I filled them in. What do you mean
Relic?
your staff is away?
Maybe I'm forgetting.
You filled them in?
Well, yeah.
So, is this not going at all like anyone thought it would?
It never does. Just being honest, it never does.
Unbelievable!
Oh, shit.
Total garbage.
Michael.
We
Love
can't
Michael.
let them get away with this.
Well, at least you two can finally agree on something.
True. Very true. I still angry.
Guys, everything's gonna be okay.
Love her. Mm-hmm. Sure it will.
Good evening, miss. Can I get you anything?
Just a little time to myself, if that's all right.
Sure thing. Just call if you need me.
I like that armor. That's kind of cool.
You need better security.
That scared me.
Please, I just need to talk.
Sure you do. I don't trust you.
How could you take the fall for them, Ilya? Like, Corsic and Finnick blamed you. We confronted them tonight and they denied knowing anything, and everything we found on your scroll, they talked about how disappointed they were to hear that you'd sided with Adam. But you and I both know they're guilty. You can't prove anything.
I'll find a way.
That scroll might not have been enough to lock them up, but it's enough to sway the Faunas here. When we go public tomorrow, they're not going to stand for any of it. And neither should you. Your plan isn't gonna work, Blake. Please. Just leave Menagerie before it's too late.
It's kind of hard to, like,
You're
decide.
going to have to make me.
Okay. It's kind of hard to decide whether
I know.
she really likes Blake or not. Because she's, like, trying to help Blake, but also she's against Blake. Make up your fucking mind. She's angry. Fight to the death. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Just kick her ass and we'll be good.
I have to say, Crow, this all seems very reckless, even for you.
No, reckless is leaving one of the relics completely unguarded. It's not checking in with Oz for ages.
There was nothing to check in about before the fall of Beacon, but since that day, Mistral has been in chaos. Vale wasn't the only kingdom to suffer that night. Everyone was watching. Every house in every kingdom saw that poor girl ripped to pieces, saw monsters crawling over the city, and Elysian knights attacking citizens. And then nothing. You could feel the dread in the air. With all that negativity, you can imagine what it was like when the Grimm came for us. Mistral's controlled territory is the widest reaching in the world, you know, and that makes it infinitely harder to protect. We lost so many great huntsmen, teachers from this very institution. And it's only gotten worse.
Yep.
What do you mean?
We may have dealt with the Grim, but the Mistral Council's still at odds with representatives from Atlas. First, it was the dust embargo. Now it's the closing of borders. I'm not sure what happened to James in Vale, but it seems to have only worsened some of his more unfortunate tendencies. And on top of everything, we still don't know where the Spring Maiden is.
All the more reason we need the huntsmen and huntresses here.
Okay, okay. Things are bad. They're bad. But we can figure this out.
Yep.
Why is the Spring Maiden so important?
I thought you filled them in.
Mostly filled in. Look, there's a lot to cover, okay? I quit teaching for a reason.
Yep. Typical.
The four maidens each have the power to perform feats of magic. And they are the only ones capable of reaching the relics.
What? The relics are each locked inside a chamber that can only be opened by a specific maiden. Winter for the gift of creation, summer for destruction, fall for choice, and spring for knowledge. Spring is the problem.
What happened to her?
She was determined at first, when she inherited her powers. But the weight of responsibility proved to be too much for the child. She ran, abandoned her training, everyone. That was over a decade ago.
Wow.
There's no telling where she could be now.
I know. At least, I have a pretty good idea.
Are you serious?
It's not exactly good news.
What are you talking about? This is incredible news! After all these years, where?
I did some digging around. Looks like after Spring ran away, she was picked up by bandits. Specifically, the Brownwind tribe.
Raven.
Yang's mom?
What?
That's right.
Oh, shit.
That's about where they've set up their main camp. It's where they fall back to after raids and scouting missions. Raven's managed to gain a lot of followers since she returned to the tribe. And I'm sure when the Spring Maiden showed up, it only made things easier.
Well, Crow, I've got to hand it to you. With these coordinates, we can mount a retrieval force and head out in a few weeks.
A few weeks?
That's right.
Leo, maybe you didn't hear me. My sister has the Spring Maiden, and I know where she is. We need to go as soon as possible.
And perhaps you didn't hear me. This kingdom is in shambles. As soon as possible does not mean tomorrow. It means as soon as I can convince the rest of the council that I need huntsmen more than they do. Unfortunately, bandit tribes aren't very high on their list of priorities when the threat of war is just on the horizon.
Well, he'll just take them then.
We'll do it ourselves.
Exactly.
You and I are trained huntsmen, and these kids aren't exactly pushovers.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Perhaps there's a more peaceful way to approach this?
We need to get Spring as far away from here as possible. But Raven isn't going to give up her most prized possession without a fight.
Unfortunately, you and your sister are evenly matched, and I'm not the fighter I used to be. No offense, but these students and I can't take on an entire bandit tribe and a maiden that's no doubt had years to hone her skills. We need to be positive we can apprehend Spring, because if we fail, Raven and her tribe will scatter, and we'll be lost. We get one shot at this.
Got a point.
And it needs to be perfect.
But still just go do it.
You know, Oz wouldn't be happy with any of this if he were here.
Perhaps you're right. But he's not. I'm doing the very best I can.
There has to be something we can do.
What about Cinder? She came with Emerald and Mercury from Haven. Do you have anything on them?
We pulled their files after the fall of Beacon. Nothing but lies and forgeries.
Well, I can't say this has been a warm reunion, Leo.
I'm sorry. I know you've all traveled a long way, but I will do everything I can to help.
Sure. We'll stay in the city for the time being. Local comms are still up. Keep in touch. Come on, kids.
Keep in touch. Keep in touch.
It was nice meeting you, Professor.
Likewise.
I don't trust him as he was chilling, sipping tea with, I forget his name. Looks like Jeff Ramsey when he had a mustache. He's a really cool voice.
We have got to work on your improvisational skills.
Him. That guy. I forget his name. He was barely in Volume 4, but I liked him. I'm bad with names. You should know that by now.
So, what do we do now?
You four head back to the house. I need a drink.
You always need a drink. But that's okay, because we love you. We love you.
Excuse me.
Hey.
You know, I don't think they allow kids in here.
Oh, this is the scene at the end of Volume 4. Okay, I remember that now.
I'm supposed to tell you I'd like my cane back.
It's good to see you again, Oz.
Aren't you a little young to be drinking?
Water. It's hot out.
Oh.
First thing we see her, she has the shades on. That's good.
Are you telling me you're too young to drink? You look like a regular huntress. And a beauty at that.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm good.
This guy's gonna get his
Thanks,
ass handed to him. Oh my god.
Not too bulky, not too lean. You're
just right. Yep. Like I said.
Alright, don't kill
I'm
him.
good.
Just kick the shit out of him. That's creepy.
And your hair.
Oh! Oh, shit! What the fuck? Boom, 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 boom. That was good.
This one's on the house. He's been driving me crazy.
That's nice of you.
So, what brings you around these parts?
Thanks. And I'm looking for someone.
Someone special.
Not many people come out here, too far from the kingdoms. Only person worth noting around here is, well,
Raven Bronwyn.
Oh.
Thanks again.
Uh-oh.
Now, Missy, you don't want to go messing with bandits. They're a world of trouble.
I thought she was heading to go
So
find
I hear.
her sister. Nope! Wrong! Uh-oh. Don't get up. Just stay down, boy. Stay down. Stay down. Don't be an idiot.
Girlie.
Seriously? This isn't over?
What I was thinking.
I heard you're looking for someone.
Not good. How did he hear her from outside getting his ass handed to him? Uh-oh. Wait, where's Ruby? Is she there? I didn't see her. Is it Ruby messing with him? Could be. Could be Crow crawling back from the bar. Oh, hello. You again. Like what? Who the fuck? Huh?
Can I help you?
No.
Yeah. Is there a Ruby Rose here?
Why?
Uh-oh. Ready to fight.
Well...
Mother...
I found him!
Oh, God.
I think her uncle could use some help.
Oh.
I was kind of right.
What is going on out there? Can't a girl read her comics in peace?
Exactly.
Did you get drunk again?
Yes.
Maybe.
You have silver eyes.
Who are you?
Well, my name is Oscar Pine.
Wait for it.
You probably know me as Professor Ozpen.
Oh my God. That was fucking funny. Wait for it.
I did it!
He fell over. I did it. Oh, the intro. Nice. Okay, I like it. Badass. Oh, sweet. Cool. Nice. I'm curious to hear more about that. That guy. Oh. Oh, what? That's gonna be interesting. Nice. I like this. Oh. Aw, it screwed up. It paused. I gotta fix it. Alright. That's awesome. Oh, shit. Like it. I gotta do a little editing there. It paused. I'll have to fix that. Well, it didn't pause it. It was buffering. Okay. Let me turn the volume down here. Let the video run out, obviously. So, I think this was a pretty strong start for Volume 5. I mean, it didn't have any action scenes. It focused on the story. It focused on setting up a lot of things. And I like that because I think in Volume 4, Chapter 1, there was a big fight scene, and there was obviously some setup for what to expect in the upcoming of Volume 4 at the time. In this one, it was more just focused strictly on setting up what they're going to be doing essentially in Volume 5. And it all ties in to Yang's mom, Raven, which when they first said Raven, I'm like, the Raven? Yang's mom? Where you go? And then on top of that, okay, by the way, Yang is actually looking for her mom, not her sister, because we were speculating, okay, which direction she's going to go. I thought she was going to go find Ruby. Wrong! She's going to go find her mom. And I remember when, I think it was it Volume 2? I could be wrong, but I think that was the first time we actually saw her, like, in person, and she saved Yang. and it was a big mystery and all that kind of stuff. And it's very odd because, see, at one point, I forget which reaction it was, but I think I mistaken her to be Ruby's mom, and like, well, Ruby's mom's dead, and I made that mistake. And the reason why I made that mistake is because she looks a lot like Ruby, but obviously she is Yang's mother and not Ruby's. So it's interesting how a character who has been talked about for a bit, there's a lot of mystery behind her, they gave some pretty big reveals in this episode, and it's like, it's all tying in. And I remember they put out a poster a couple weeks back, I think it was during New York Comic-Con, I could be wrong, and it had her mom, had Raven, Yang's mom, on the poster. And I was like, that's interesting, because she's not been a very central character. Like, she's popped up from time to time. She was in Volume 4, she spoke, and that was like, we just not really seen a lot of her. We've heard a lot about her, we just haven't seen a lot of her on the show, and now she's on the poster. They talked about her in 2 different scenarios where they were talking to Lionheart, and they brought her up, and they made this big reveal about how she's one of the maidens or something. I have to rewatch and that scene exactly again, but they made this big reveal about who she is, and then Yang is actually looking for her and not Ruby, which is interesting. Wow. A lot of detail in this episode, a lot of obviously story-driven moments, but what I think is most telling is that they're still sticking with the formula of Volume 4, where there's a lot of jumping around. And what I think they could have done better for Volume 4 is that each chapter should have had a little bit of everybody's story in it, because in this one, all the 4 central main characters had either a small or big part in this chapter, and so we got to see where they're at this current point. And I noticed in chapter 4 there were some times where Weiss never showed up. There were some times where Yang was never shown. It's one of those things where they just kind of like, they put more time onto these. But now I think they're doing 14 episodes, I believe. I could be wrong, for this volume, so there's more time for them to tell more story. And so I'm hoping that in each chapter moving forward, that all 4 central characters who are now currently separate at this moment have a time to shine and have a time to kind of advance their story in each chapter. I'm hoping that happens, because I'm really liking how they're setting it up. I mean, Weiss is still on the run. Yang is looking for her mom, which is a really cool reveal. She beat the crap out of the guy. That was really cool. Seeing Blake have an interaction. I keep forgetting that girl's name, but she's the one she's like a chameleon. And it's one of those things, and I mentioned the reaction, that is really interesting to me, because she's not just a villain that they hate each other. It's one of those things where she's on, like, Blake and her on the opposite sides of each other, and it's like she wants to help Blake by tell her to leave, but she's not leaving. Like, you have to make me. It's one of the things where, like, I like you, Blake, but I don't like you. And Blake's like, I don't like you, but I like you. It's one of those scenarios where they're on the opposite sides. They don't want to fight, but they have to. It's the unfortunate thing. And seeing the intro here, I think it was really telling of all the central characters are going to be more focused on seeing Raven and Yang back to back. That's interesting. And seeing all 4 characters, because they had all 4 characters standing together kind of at the end of the intro for Volume 4. And at the end of Volume 5 intro, they had them all running together and going up and fighting, God, what is her name? The central villain for... I forget her name off the top of my head. What exactly is her name? Salem, that's it. Yes, I was about to say Cinder. Like, that's not right. I think they didn't they mention Cinder in this episode? She was in the intro. I don't know if they mentioned her name, but Salem, Arthur Watts. That's the guy with the mustache. That guy. We barely saw him in Volume 4. I'm hoping to get more of him in Volume 5. He was in the intro, so maybe. But seeing a huge Salem hovering over the 4 main characters and they start rushing at her, that was kind of cool. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think it's going to be one of those things where I think Salem is an in-game villain for RWBY. Could be wrong. It could be an in-game villain for Volume 5 or 6, and then there's another villain that pops up later, but I think the way they kind of set it up, I think Salem is going to be the in-game villain for the RWBY. Like, the end of RWBY is going to be when Salem dies. Well, you think so. So, yeah. So, there you have it, guys. That is my reaction to Volume 5, Chapter 1 of RWBY. I really enjoyed it. I think there were some strong story moments, and I think they focused more. I think they focused on the story a lot, and there was no action. I think simply because, first of all, they want to set it up. They want to set up for Volume 5, and obviously, I think that they noticed that we're giving a lot of details here. We're revealing a lot of stuff. We're diving into some things that have been teased since Volume 4. I don't think we really need to focus on action per sets until later. We need to just focus on the story and kind of, and this also shows how strong this show is. The show doesn't have to rely on action to get its point across. It doesn't have to rely on action to keep people's attention. Even though I wasn't reacting to like all the stuff that was happening, I was engaged. I was focused for that 22, 23 minute long period. So that's a good thing. So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next. Can't wait for chapter 2. And yeah, strong start. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you thought about Volume 5, Chapter 1. What was your favorite moments? What things do you think they could have done better in terms of like explaining things? Do you think they should have had an action scene? Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section below about this Volume 5, Chapter 1 episode. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.